Sometimes we talk about people lacking self-esteem, but let's be honest. As a Christian, you look at the condition of the world and say, boy, there's some wicked people out there. We may not say, thank God I'm not like a sinner, that sinner over there, but sometimes we do exactly what the Pharisee did. Don't think your religion or church membership makes you better than someone else. What makes you who you are is your relationship with Jesus. And that is so very precious. And then fear. We think we're above fear, but we are not. Fear has caused many a person to take a step back spiritually. It's happening to a lot of people. We think we're strong, but we're not. And when situations come and pressure comes, again, don't think you can get by with yourself. And lastly, ignorance. I believe the disciples were ignorance of the power of Satan and ignorance of their own weakness. Like many a person, and we've all done this, they thought they could stand on their own power. Self-confidence can be a good thing, but it can be a bad thing spiritually. Don't think you ever get to the place where you don't need the Lord. The older I get, the more I realize that really, I am very weak in many places. But when I am weak, then I am strong, Scripture comes. For strength comes in letting the Lord really work in your life. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12 tells us, therefore, that anyone who thinks that he stands, therefore, that anyone who thinks that he stands, heed lest he fall. Now, when you think that you can do it on your own, you are in trouble. For my help comes from who? Not myself. My help comes from the Lord. Please remember that. And so I'd like to conclude this morning by saying this. Don't get to the place where you say, I would never do that, or I could never do that. Why, I know that. I'm a much better person spiritually. You haven't arrived, and none of us have arrived. John Wesley said, we'll struggle till the final moment of death, and we pass in this life and we'll experience glorification. But up until that time, no matter how strong, how committed we are, don't get slipshod in your Christian faith. That can happen. It can happen very easily too. So remember this. A total dependence on Jesus Christ is vital to the Christian experience. I'm not saying you're going to fall, but you need not fall. But don't get slipshod. And don't think, well, I've got a heard a person say one time, kind of jokingly, I was in church that Sunday, but I actually went to 3 church services. They told me that. I said, 3 services? Yeah, my grandkids were in an early service. Then I went to the next service in my church, was the middle of the morning service. And then I stayed for last service to help out do something. So that's 3. That's 3 of them. I said, like a card, and they can punch it. And he said, you only do 4 this month. I got 3 on one Sunday. I said, it doesn't work. They said, well, you know, I'm really spiritual. Well, church doesn't make you spiritual. What makes you spiritual is a commitment to Christ, drawing closer. Like I love that song, and I want to say this every time. When the things of earth grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. I like to think that every day I walk this earth, that Christ becomes greater and the things of the world become less. I'm going to be honest. I struggle like you do. These are tough times, you know. The world's not as simple as it used to be, and the economy's kind of tough. But don't let those things get to you. But most of all, make sure that you don't make that mistake. You don't ever say, I would never do that, or I'm above that. You're capable of anything like that. But it doesn't have to happen if you draw close to Jesus. So read your Bible, pray,